Let's learn about outline stitch. When we embroider a straight or curved line, we usually use outline stitch. The first stitch of outline embroidery, we also need to start from the starting point. Then, enter the needle at the 2-stitch distance. Okay, at this time, we should pay attention. Don't pull the thread all the way down. Leave a loop like this. We can press the loop on the left or on the right. If we are embroidering a straight line, then the loop should be on the left side or the right side, it doesn't matter. But if we are embroidering an arc, then our loop, it's best to press it on the convex side of the arc. If we press it on the concave side, look at this line, this side is concave. After we finish embroidering, there will be more serrations on the line. So we try to press it on the protruding side. Use your hand to hold it. Then we take out the needle from the middle of these 2 stitches. At this time, we tighten the thread loop again. But when winding the thread, we must pay attention. We should pull the thread in the opposite direction. That is, in the opposite direction of the needle's forward movement. Pull the thread gently. Don't pull too tight. If it's too tight, the cloth will be a little wrinkled. Then we insert the needle at the position of 1 stitch. Look, we insert the needle at the position of 1 stitch and leave a loop. After confirming the direction of the first loop, we should keep them all in the same direction. Press it down. Then we exit the needle at the position where we entered. Then wind the thread in the opposite direction. If the 2 loops are not consistent, we can pick it back a little bit like this. Pick it back a little bit. Adjust it neatly before winding the thread. Be sure to be gentle. Don't pull the thread too tightly. If it's too tight, the cloth will be wrinkled. Then we insert the needle at the same distance. Make sure the distance between each stitch is as uniform as possible to look good. Then hold the coil and exit the needle at the position where the last stitch was. Pull the thread. When winding, keep it close to the fabric surface. Gently pull the thread. Be careful not to pull too tightly. Here, we especially emphasize the needle distance when embroidering straight lines or curves with the same curvature. The stitch distance should be uniform, but when we embroider curves, the arc gradually changes and becomes smaller. We should also gradually reduce the stitch distance. Now the arc is relatively small. We can increase the stitch distance appropriately. If the arc is larger, the stitch distance should be appropriately smaller. Okay, let's take a look here. Our initial arc was relatively uniform, and then it gradually becomes curly here. At this time, we should also start to gradually reduce the stitch distance. Don't make it smaller all at once, because in the particularly curly part, the needle distance should be smaller. We should gradually reduce the stitch distance. At this time, according to the direction of the coil, it's still on the protruding side. Be sure to pay attention. The direction must be consistent. When the stitch distance is relatively small, we must pull the thread gently. Don't pull too hard. Okay, let's take a look at this position where the stitch is wider, and then here, the arc is larger, the stitches are smaller. Okay, let's take a look at the last stitch. We also exit at the same position as the previous stitch. When the last stitch is inserted, continue to insert the needle at the same position. Okay, now we have completed this outline stitch.